Well, I just wanted to say that thank you so much for your patience, and thank you so much for watching my videos, especially the ones about hair removal with the sugaring. And I hope that in a little bit I'll be able to clearly explain to you about the different methods of removing hair with sugar. The method that I used in the video is called the strip method, or that's what I call it anyway. It's where you use a piece of cloth, 100% cotton, preferably like that of a sheet or a pillowcase, or maybe even a t-shirt or something. It doesn't need to have any fabric softener or any stain-resistant stuff like Scotchgard or something in it. It needs to be able to adhere to the sugar, and and that's why you need it to have nothing in it. No fabric softeners, nothing like that. Did I say that already? Okay, well anyway, the other method is the ball method, and that's the first method that I ever used, probably about 15 or 20, well, no, not that many years ago, because I'm too young for that. The ball method is the same sugar, the same recipe, and I'll show you in a little bit about it, but it's where you get the sugar and you knead it into a ball, and then you just flatten it on the skin or something and you peel it back. I'll show you all about that in a few minutes. But what I wanted to tell you first of all is the things that you'll need besides the actual sugar mixture is you will need a little bit of talcum powder or cornstarch. I prefer cornstarch because it's much healthier. And you will need something to clean your skin with. Make sure that you've removed all the oils, because oils and sugar, they're not going to make it work. You're not going to be able to remove hair if you have oily skin or lotion or anything on it. And you might be concerned about having dry skin afterwards. Well, after you remove all the hair, you jump in the shower, you use a moisturizing soap or whatever, and you're fine. And then you go to bed, get up in the morning, and you feel great because your legs are smooth, and then your natural body oils are back to normal, okay? Some questions people had were, does it irritate the skin? No. The only thing that can happen with the sugar is if you use it when it's too hot, it can burn just like anything else. So what I suggest is when you warm it up in the microwave, the center is going to be the hottest part. So just warm it up for 11 seconds or so. This is assuming that the mixture you have has been put into 2 jars. So you pretty much have a smaller amount. You get your butter knife and kind of stir it around. And if it's resistant, that's good. But as long as you can get some of that sugar up on that butter knife, spoon, or whatever instrument you're using, popsicle stick, it's good. Touch it a little bit with the tip of your finger. If it feels too hot, blow it a little bit. If it's dripping too fast, it's too hot. If it's moving very, very slow, like slower than slime or, silly putty or something like that, then it's getting along there. It should be a dark amber color, the color of an old penny. The darker it is, the more firm it's going to be in the jar, and the firmer it is, the more likely you will be able to use the ball method. Either way is fine. Another thing is, the sugar does not have to be refrigerated, but if you want to, that's fine. I suggest that you put it in a mason jar, a jelly jar or something, and make sure you have a lid on it because you don't want leaky stuff getting in it, and you don't want water or something to accidentally get poured into it or something like that. It's not dangerous if your dogs or cats or your children or nieces or nephews or someone decides that they want to have a taste. It's not going to hurt them. This has an indefinite shelf life because it's just sugar, water, and lemon juice or lime juice or vinegar. It's not going to be dangerous or anything, and it's not going to, it may attract bugs. So that's why you want a lid. I just thought about that. It's easy to use. And for instance, say you put them on an area that you don't want to remove hair from by accident, all you have to do is use warm water, wash it off, and you're done. Okay? So what I wanted to tell you first is that if you're going to use the strip method and you use the sheet, the old torn-up sheet or something that you find in your closet, or go to the thrift store or garage sale, or maybe your Aunt Betty has an old sheet that you can kind of ask her to give you that has holes in it. When you cut it, I suggest that you take a little time out and use your pinking shears. If you don't have it, that's fine. No big deal. You don't even have to even use scissors. You can just cut it, you can just rip it and just rip. The sizes doesn't matter. It just needs to be a size which is easy for you to manipulate. Okay? Now, as far as sugaring is concerned, you can sugar any part of the body that has hair. Your face, your underarms, your arms, your thighs, your legs, your bikini area, your back, your toes, everything. You know, you can even do your eyebrows. And I did mention face, but usually what I'm thinking about is the chin area for some ladies, and this area above the lip. Because some of us ladies, if you're really fair complected and you have dark hair, or if you are just a very hairy person, you know, genetically some of us have more hair than others, that's just normal. Some of us do. And you just can get that sugar and put it there on your upper lip and remove it, and it's just really nice. And it's kind of like having a facial, because it's amazing how smooth your skin will be after that. And like with me, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate fully how to do this because it's been like 4 or 5 weeks and I really haven't had enough hair to actually sugar. And that's one of the beauties in sugaring. The more often you get in the habit of doing it, the less hair comes in, and when it comes in, it's so, you know, so fine, and it's pretty fair, and it's very sparse, but eventually you won't really have that much of a problem. And the hair that does come in, it's very easy to manage. It comes out easier. And another thing that's good about it is the fact that you have fewer ingrown hairs. And for some of us ladies who have, or guys, you know, who have curly hair or coarse hair, this works perfectly fine. I should know because you know, my hair is pretty coarse, and you know, I mean, you can't really get much coarser than having a kinky textured hair, you know, like my hair is. And so, you know, the hairs in my body, I mean, they're coming in like almost blonde-like, and they're really, really fine. That's pretty much like the hair is on my body anyway. I don't have very dark hairs on my body, but generally, like my arm, I don't sugar my arms, but you see that I'm not you know, I don't have a whole lot of dark hairs, but generally that when you do, if you do have like coarser hair, it's going to work just fine. And as a matter of fact, it's just going to be make your situation a lot easier. One good thing about sugaring is that you don't have to have the concerns of cutting your skin or abrasions or stubble, because when the hair comes in, it's so smooth that you barely even notice that you're growing more hair on your legs. So when you do have the times in between where you're wearing a skirt or something, or your capris or your shorts, and you haven't shaved, don't start shaving. Don't start back shaving. Okay? Just be patient. Put a little bit of the sunless tan lotion, you know, that stuff on your legs, you know, like go get some of that. The L'Oreal is good, you know, just to kind of make your legs a little bit more tan or something. If you don't want to kind of have that contrast, don't worry about it. No one's going to notice it. Trust me, they won't, because once you start sugaring, it's going to come in finer and lighter and more sparse, so that when you sugar again, you're just encouraging the hair to come in even finer. If you go back to the razor, it's going to be like starting all over again, and you're not going to want to do that. I will be back in a few minutes, okay?